Hey, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Decided to do something new today. I've been streaming lately because I just recently found out that I've been streaming, but now I'm doing podcasting. So now I'm just going to stream every day till I get a job in my field. So I'm going to bring you around this. I just did this morning. I was thinking about it. I was like, I want to keep streaming. I talked about it yesterday with my brother. Um, we had a good conversation, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this out. I've never done this, and I've been meeting a lot of people that are doing things that I would have to say that are really cool. And I have to say that no, not switching, we're gonna share it here. Hold on. See, this is how organic we're doing it. There we go. I have to, like, my StreamYard won't connect to my personal Facebook anymore. So I lost that network or whatnot, so I can't get on Facebook. So I can get on it through other things, but my personal one won't connect. So I troubleshooted yesterday, and it's like you have to send an email or something. I'm like, nah, I'm done. I'm good. I'll just keep doing this way. And maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing anyways, growing out my other services or platforms. So I'm figuring this out. We're gonna figure out the digital dude is what I'm calling myself, because everything nowadays working, it's just you're applying online. Even if you meet somebody in real life and they like you, you have to still go and apply online and do everything and go through the process. And I don't know. It's just I've been trying to figure out how to break into my career, and my career would definitely be like multimedia, anything with entertainment or journalism. I like all this. I've proven to myself, not even to anybody out there, just to myself, that I can do that. I literally kept going until I realized, because like what's happened to me is I was talking about it a couple shows ago about going through like a midlife crisis. My last episode on My Manic Mondays, and it is true. I'm at that age now where I'm like, oh crap, like, hey, like, you either get started, or the things you've been doing, you have to amplify them a little bit more, or you put more time into them. I was gonna start the show at 8, but my son has had a fever since I guess yesterday, or maybe the day before he got a little hot. But today I mean, yesterday he was he was burning up bad. He slept a lot. I think he's going through a growth spurt. So my my little child, my lovey, no longer, hasn't been a baby in forever. But now I'm like, oh, my little guy's like, he's getting up, attitude's there, smelling. I'm like, dude, you're in control now. You have full full. I'm not like I can control him, but now I'm like, dude, like, you're gonna have to learn through error, like I did. A lot of my things that I've learned, I just learned through experience and through error, and I try to learn through people, and what I can actually um, how to work with. A lot of people have been trying to work with me lately, and it's just I can't work with free anymore. Like, I'm beyond free. And I think if in the beginning, if you're looking for experience and you're looking to try to get to some things, it's okay to do free. I know a lot of people say like your time's valuable, whatever, but when you're very starting out and you need to kind of see, you might have to pay. You might have to pay. It's called paying your dues, and I feel like I've paid my dues enough to actually get started on whatever I want to do. And even I can go do things from like salesman point of view, in the sense of like, I was a waiter for 9 years at fine dining, so it is kind of it's like a 50-50 salesman job, I like to say, because I am selling stuff, but I'm not trying to upsell. I never try to upsell, and I try to go with like the experience. So when you're selling, like, at the time, I was only selling like $25, $27 steaks. At the time, was pricey. Now you're looking at 48, $55, $65 for a steak, and that's it, no sides. $8 sides, $9. I'm like, oh wow. They'd have to really have to, like, I think you'd have to either negotiate, or the inflation kind of balance out. Maybe the same mindset, just spending more money on less things. But that being said, a lot of jobs I was looking at were just kind of like sales, and I was like, well, this city is getting expensive. I need to figure out how to adapt, and how am I going to do this? And a lot of it, like I can't do the stuff that I used to do in the positions I used to be. Like now, if I wanted to be in a restaurant environment, I have to be the owner, I have to be the operator. I can't really. I could go work. I've done it recently. I went to go do a catering job not too long ago. It was fun. I mean, it was just standing around, really. Like they're like, you stand here in the front and just smile. I was like, all right, cool, man. And then they're like, well, and turn these vegetables on this grill. But I'm actually really happy about that. I figured out how to really kind of just get up and go and do a stream or a podcast. Streaming, I need internet, Wi-Fi, and now it just clicked to me. I was gonna try to we were trying to stream an event with the charity event we did, and there was no Wi-Fi, and that was the issue because we were gonna try to bring people in. Oh, that's why it was like I should have podcasted. Like I didn't really understand outside of the digital StreamYard or streaming, but now I sorry, just you see the way I'm working. I'm like, oh, now I know why, because I wasn't really podcasting. Now I am. I'm editing. I'm on a show right now that we're. I started a new show with a buddy of mine, Ty Gwynn, and he's got a podcast going, and we just started it. So I'm learning how to edit that and figure all that, and it's fun. Like it's not out of my realm. Like it's like I'm just looking at it as like see that's what I'm saying. I'm still working for free, but now I'm working towards something. So here we go. Here's where we get started. Where I've been. I guess it's like you look at my resume, you look at my CJRobles.com, and it's not the best. I'm learning how to do this. That's the thing. It's like not only do you have to do the thing to show that you can do this, you also have to promote yourself. It's all about self promoting. It's all about learning. And I mean, yeah, you could hire a digital company to do certain things for you, or you can like try to hire a friend or something to do your social media, or have somebody volunteer time or whatnot. But it's a lot. And what I've been doing for the last 4 years and learning how to, I mean, it's just time has just gone by. I just remember 2020 like this, and now we're in 2024. 4 years goes by so fast. I've been doing this enough where I'm like, all right, how do I learn how to do this? How do I pay? And how do I get to where I need to be? I've taken business classes. I've done, I've done the ACC for 12 years. So I was in school, was preparing. My kid was born, so I really put all my time into that, into that time. And now that I'm noticing, all right, cool. I don't need to helicopter parent as much. I don't really need to do. So now this is me going and do other things. Problem I'm having is I'm all over the place, and I do have schedules and I'm meeting. I have meeting people certain things, and now I'm actually people are trying to like get me to go places to go meet. I'm like, dude, seeing traffic, like it's easier for us to meet doing this, to actually telecommunicate, to a Zoom conference call, whatever, than it is to physically go someplace, which is kind of sad because you want to go through the whole experience. But I need to be too many places too many times. This actually helps me show up and do things, but I'm gonna have to do it on my own pace or the way I want to do it. But that being said, like I'm gonna keep doing this. I think this is my third day in a row streaming in the morning because when I started streaming, it was at night and I was on a network, so I was trying to like keep up with the network. I got off the network and I still kept that time slot on my own, but I can still do my Manic Mondays at night if I prepare properly. And I don't think it bothers me anymore because I think what was happening, like I mentioned in a other stream, that I was so sorry. Oh yeah, I was doing my stand up on Monday nights, and I was exhausted because I wake up about 4:30. Today I woke up at 5. Well, I woke up at 4:30 and get out of bed till 5. But it was really cold and nice. I just enjoyed it. So at 5, I got up and just started doing stuff. Meditated. Here, I wrote down some things to kind of go. So this is also too. My whole point of this show too is as I'm streaming, I'm gonna try to grow it as it's organically or natural as possible. Probably gonna go only do 30 minutes today, just to kind of get everybody to know what I'm going to be doing. And then I will talk about what I like, my career field. What are you? Are you an actor, an animator, a podcaster, a streamer? Like, or what is it that you get that? What is it that you do? What is it that you want to do? What is it your passion is? And so you just start. I could just grab ideas and bring them together and show them and display them and go live and be very unorganized like I am right now. But we could also do it another way where I can plan. I can show you. So my key point to this is stream, but to progressively upgrade in my own streaming. So it's either going to be streaming every day till I get a job, or streaming till I get enough followers where I can create my own job. So we're either going to go plant me like the seed, we're either going to plant me in a field that I need to be in, or we're going to create my own field. So I'm letting everybody hear ground zero. My personality's been out there for a minute. I've changed a lot. I've evolved in 4 years just from watching myself editing my own videos, watching my own streams, watching my own shows, and being like, ugh, I talk like that. Why do I didn't really have I had a backbone, but I didn't use it. Like I was saying, like when I needed to, but sometimes I was more like, whatever, say this, whatever. Now I'm finding out that people hold you against your words. People hold you against everything online. It's like, you said this, you know. So I'm like, all right, so let's clean it up a bit. I'm okay with that. I don't mind. I don't mind speaking a certain way to have people like get the message out. Like I'm not going to use certain words I don't need to use if I don't need to. But as I'm learning to do this, I'm learning to. It's helping me out a lot more because it's what's happening is I can do a lot of things. I'm interested in a lot of things. I'm a life learner, one of those students, like all time student. But I need to pick my field, and I need to be like, this is where I want to get planted. Now, if I plant myself in a field that's not the same, it's the same or a little bit of the same, I'll know because I'm like, okay, wait, I've done enough business. I've done enough. I've been around. My mom got me started real young on business meetings, and like I didn't even realize like till you start doing them and you get older, because you can do them when you're like in your mid 20s, your 30s, and I was just doing them just to, oh, we'll go do this, negotiate, whatever. But then now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, I know how to hold a meeting. I didn't know that was a big deal. I didn't know that you had to like prepare for that. So sorry, I have my tea, got my detox tea. So I had just got it right out of the microwave, and it was like burning my mouth. Because even at this right now, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and X, and then I'm eventually need to put IG in here. I think they're still working on it, or I think they've already got it figured. They were beta testing when I tried it out, and it didn't work out for me very well. So I have to go back and try out the IG. We'll find topics, we'll find things. But what I'm trying to say is like I'm getting things out this way. But there's also TikTok, which is like I like TikTok. It's to produce and do all that stuff for me. I'm finding ways where I can be like certain things, and I gotta like know that all right, this is where I start, and this is where all my things go out, and this is what I'm working on. I could also share with you, and I can do. I don't mind. Like I got a animated little animated short idea I was trying to do for Moran. Moran. I was trying to do his he has a video party that I've been posting about this weekend, and I wanted to join. I really want to do, but to do an animation takes a little bit of time, and the ideas and everything I had, but like I said, life, and I'm using that because I'm always like, oh, what do you need? And sometimes I'm just exhausted, and I have ideas, and I don't get them out the way I want to get them out, or just tired. So I'm learning to be like, all right, I can't burn myself out too much. I got to learn how to like, if I interview at night or I have an interview in the morning, I don't drink, so I don't have hangovers anymore. So I don't have to worry about that, or I don't worry about wasting time doing like pissing away. I did that when I was younger. I got out of that phase, and now I'm like looking at the like, what can I do? Where can I go? Looking at my talking to I like, what would really help me have confidence for this show to start doing was the way I ended last show. So I had the last 2 days, I've had people come in like Brian and like Kevin come in, kind of hang out, and now I'm more like, all right, it's kind of funny. The people not it's never mind. Brian O'Halloran, Kevin Smith, not these other people I've met online, and but it's what I'm trying to say is the way I ended yesterday's episode. I was like, there's a little fire here. And I will be dropping the name Jason David Frank and JDF because I've been using this stuff he's taught me in my video, and so it's working for me. I even said, like, I set the goal. I think I spoke about this in a Mind Manic Monday. This is another thing. I need to figure out where I'm at. So I need one source. I need one source, baby. I put this to the side, but I still gave myself time to come back and find what I need. And what I did was I gave myself an 8-week challenge. You see here, wrote 8-week challenge. I wrote this, where I put the date is April 5th. And now it's a month ago I made this. And we could actually, I don't know if I don't want to get up or anything. Here, we'll use the Shamrock Green. It's in McGregor. I love, like, my son went to the Crayola store or whatever. Oh, I slept on my face. Check it out. Like, I slept on my face and my eyes, like, I slept on the side of my face and my face is all droopy. I tried to sleep on my face, but I did last night. It was comfortable. But this is Shamrock Green. So let's see. Yeah. Yep. Day's already started. But my deliveries are going to run late again. All week they've been kind of running late. So it happens, All right. This is all I have is a green pen. So April's already gone. I don't know exactly how I got here. I don't know what I know I did stuff in between because I know I've done podcasts in the last two. I've done at least 2 podcasts last 2 Wednesdays. So you know. But I was trying to do is writing a things like, how am I gonna? This is time. This is time. This is time passing. I can put like goals or whatever, use the time I can, but this is valuable right here. It's all backwards. It's all this is valuable. So you have to use the time that we have to help us live and understand that the value of time is going to be the number one thing I would just recommend, advise, do what you got to do. The value of time. You need to appreciate your time and appreciate the value of your time, but you need to understand that sometimes it's okay to wait in line and like I'm not trying to say all lines are wasting time because you're going to things. I go to conventions, we wait in line. But what I'm trying to say is like sometimes you're in the wrong line and you're waiting, you don't understand. And you might have to ask some questions. Where am I at? Am this the right line? Am I sure? You know, I'll do that at the comic convention. Sometimes people, they're human. They'll put you in the wrong line, and you think you're number one to meet the celebrity you're going to be, and you're in no line that they're not aware of. And all of a sudden they find out that there's like 10 people sitting here like, hey, their thing's about to end. Run to the other. We gotta get these people on the other side because there's only that moment. It's only there for that long. If the celebrity has time later, they might come back, or you can get valid for another time they have a shoot, but you never know. So when I a convention, the first thing you do is people jump in lines. I do the same thing. I'm like, is this the lines? Is the lines? But I like to ask. I don't like to just stand. If I don't have VIP, I won't. I can't because VIP lets you cut off, but VIP is harder to get and it's more expensive. So I'm trying not to. Not trying to spend too much money. But what I was gonna say is, spend too much money. I want to buy that Dane Cook. I want to see Dane Cook live, but I want to watch. I want to do the whole VIP thing. But as I'm saying, it's not in budget, but it's there. I could grab it. I'm like this whole discipline. I got Texas Frightmare coming up, and I'd rather have my money for that because I need that for that than this event. But I would love to meet Dane Cook. That'd be awesome. But let's get back to this. So as I'm saying, time planning, looking where I need to go. So as I'm doing this show, I'm gonna also show how I'm building it up from scratch from zero. And this is what Ty's taught me. You just get started. And I'm meeting JP Lambayes, meeting him Wednesday and interviewing, hanging out with him for a bit. It's really cool where we're at nowadays, in a sense of like getting your ideas ongoing. So this is what I'm trying to do: grow this. And I can show you. Look, this is what CJ started. The main thing I would prefer to do is just grow this to the point where I do have enough following or subscriptions so I can like do this full time. Now that's a big goal of mine, but it does start with like doing something. And I have noticed a lot of challenges people do, playing dubstep till my girlfriend comes back, and then it works, or they don't, or I've watched so many videos on YouTube like it works, or they actually break up, and he goes doing dubstep till, I don't know, it wasn't dubstep, but it's something like videos like that. I'm just making it up, but I don't remember. But I remember one guy was like, I'm gonna dance, so I'll get my girlfriend back, and it worked. Or someone says I'm not gonna eat. I love Mountain Dew or sodas. I'm not gonna drink them until I do this, until I start losing weight, and then they start losing weight or get in better shape, and then they stop. They don't go back because it's like a bad habit to have, right? If anything I learned from Jason and Frankie, the 21 days habit is true. Like I asked them, I personally asked them, and this is why I'm going back in my interviews. I'm like, dude, I'm a fanboy. It takes time. And at the moment, I'm like, yeah, I did an interview. Yeah, I did. And now they're like, oh my God, I just was showing up like a fanboy. So it's okay. That's who I am. I'm a fanboy. I'm not going to hide it. I have the giggies I still get here and there, but I've been able to keep those down a lot. But what I'm trying to say is like you said, you do something for 21 days and you'll start to make it a habit. And if I want to do this, I need to show hiring managers or my following that I can do this. Also with the following, the cool thing about subscription and subs are I can listen, and I'm doing live. That's why I went live. I didn't really just want to post a video 30 days. And I can do this. I have enough time to just boom, 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 boom. And then I can come back and add graphics and whatever. Or as we're going, we're going to see, look, because I have a background in graphic design. I have a background in animation. I have a background in filmmaking. I have a background in acting. So it's like, oh, he's working all these things out. When you're the Swiss Army knife and you just kind of sit there and you don't really know what weapons to use or what tools to use, you're kind of like, well, what do I need? You got to have the specifics. And then somebody asks you like, I need you for this, for that, or I'm hiring for this, for that. You really don't, I really don't know like what else you need. Or sometimes like you're Swiss Army knife and they're like, dude, we just need you to be a shovel. That's it. Just be a shovel. So I'm learning. I'm like, well, I can be a shovel, and at the same time, I could be a rake. And I was like, just dig, So you start learning things. I worked a lot of jobs, and I'm not even gonna say odd jobs. I don't even know what that means. Odd jobs, like every other job. I've worked every other job. It's an odd job. I used to work even jobs, but now I'm working odd. They're very odd. Even jobs, they're gonna keep you there. They might plateau, but odds, you're I never understood what odds were. Hence, I write jokes in the morning too, and so kind of have that community comedy side. I was working on a joke this morning. I'm not gonna share it, but I was like, oh, okay, I can go there. I can go there. All right. But I don't like writing. I like writing jokes off the top of my head if they're like more spontaneous or something that's relevant. But like yeah, I was writing a joke about knowing the difference between streaming and podcasting, and you're like, oh, there is a difference. So I have a vulgar joke I wrote, but I'll say it on stage on Monday. Also, I have 3 videos. So I've been doing this on TikTok and IGs. Like every time I do 3 stand-ups, I'll post it just to let people know I'm still relevant. But what I like to do is I put a motivational quote there because it's inspiring. This guy's I'm trying to find a voice. Basically, is what I kind of figured out what I was doing. So I was like, I don't know, I just want to put it out there. And I'm looking for a voice. It does kind of sound funny that because I'm an entertainer and actor, I can improv act, and when you're around, people think I'm a comedian when they're around me because it's the way I hold myself. But you have to have material, and I'm an open micer. I do open mics, and I'm personally gonna say until I start getting paid doing stand up comedy, I am not a comedian. And even if I do it once, I get paid, and then I don't get called back again, I'm still not a comedian. Maybe it's like, oh, he was a comedian, but no, this is what I want to do. I waited and waited, and I did the things I didn't want to do. And it sounds funny. I did a lot of things I didn't want or thought I might want to do. And yet I still come back to the places that I want to be. I still, even when I was like trying to leave Austin, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, 12 years ago, I would still come back here. I was like, oh, I hate this place. It's just nothing but partying and drugs and getting fucked up. Nobody cares. They were just using each other. Like, I was noticing that because I was here since the 90s, like hanging out with my family, with my aunt and whatnot. And so in the 2000s when I got here, it was still a little reminiscent of the 90s, but it ended like in like 05. It kind of went, and now it's like 2000s for sure. And it takes time for things to change as we're seeing. But, figuring all this, what do I want to do? Where do I want to go? I have a video store, an online video store. I want more time into that. I need to put more effort into it. I'm trying to do TikToks, trying to do short videos, but even like sitting down and writing those, am I going to make it? What's the point? I've conditioned. It's like I've been boxing or training for a fight, and I'm like, all right, you're gonna do boxing. And it's like, oh, the fight's wrestling. It's like, oh god, now I gotta learn wrestling. It's like, no, now you gotta fight a wrestler, like Rocky fighting Hulk Hogan. It's like, that's funny. My Manic Mondays, my Manic movies, and this is where I get a lot of my inspiration. Movies do inspire me. Shows do. I'm finding out more about communities and like discords, and I'm enjoying like the way people talk, the way people talk about the lore of things. I mean, X-Men 97 is such a great show. I'm in a group on Facebook, and that they have, some of these people have this thing biblical. If you say something wrong or you blasphemy or you say something they don't want to hear, they'll come at you, and they'll come at you with anything. Like you heard of people throwing the kitchen sink. These people they just throw anything. Oh, throw the raccoon at him, or I'm like, whatever. Like, you're not. It's I get it. You have passion, you love it, and this is what it is. And I'm like I learned this with Transformers. I started 2.5 years ago when I started working. I was like, well, I got to work and I got money coming in, so let me buy stuff. So I started buying Transformer collectibles from the '86 movie and all this stuff. And then I started posting, like, hey, people are posting on these groups, and I did. And people started liking them at first and started hating me because I started I'm like, well, I'm working, I have jobs, I don't know what to do with my time. I'll do all this stuff to unwind. This is really for my mental health. I no longer really want to call this a studio. I'm not even in a studio anymore. This is just a shed. It is a shed, and it's holding my future, my past, and my present. Well, mainly a studio would be present. I'd say mainly my future and my past live here. My present is where I go. And even trying to learn how to be in the present is hard. I've heard Conor McGregor say something the other day on a speech. He said, you get anxiety for being in the front, you get depression for being in the past or the future, you get anxiety. And I remember this, I'll show you my version of this. He said, you go too much in the future, you get anxiety. You go too much in the past, you get depression. It's good to be in the moment. I know it's really hard. And I used to say, well, I'm about to forget, but I used to say, yeah, you could get caught up in the future and you get stuck in the past. Trying to find out where you're at right now is the harder version, but you need those. Things change, and it's okay for change. Things adapt, things move around, and that's where I'm at. I started calling myself the digital dude this morning because my brother was awake, and I was like, digital dude's going online. I'm going to surf. So here I am, the digital dude. I actually like if you watch. I got to make a clip of it. Side by side movies with Ben Garrett and CJ Robles. We watched Four Christmases, and after watching the scene where what's it, the John Favreau and his wife, or the character, when they have a scene where they play a game and they know each other so well, and he goes Mexican dude, and she goes Ricardo Montalban, and I was just like, I told Ben, I was like, I'm the Mexican dude because I'm a dude and I'm Mexican American, but still the same. Well, not really the same. I was raised in Mexico. I'm actually, I don't want to get to that topic, but I'm Hispanic, so Latino. So even like that, I wonder if like applying for things like that in jobs would hinder you. But I mean, I'm gonna show my talent. I told my brother before we got into the second season when I started coaching for AGBL, because my brother's played 3 seasons. He's signed up for a fourth one, and I'm signed up recently. We got AGBL starting next month. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm actually scared. I don't want to get hurt again. I hurt like basically broke my foot before the season, a month before the season started last time. So I need to take care of myself before I get hurt now. There is no backup plan. I had to kind of have a backup plan last time, not this time. But even saying that, like, what was I going with that? Talking about, oh yeah, even like preparing for that, that's going to take time. I even have now I'm sorry, you'll see me promoting a event I'm coming out in the end of, or no, mid May, in about 2 weeks. I'm going to be in a charity basketball game, a little acting, a little basketball, a lot of basketball, a little acting. So both of my worlds are going to combine, and we're going to do what do you call it? We're going to be playing. It's a J&J Jock. So it's the Jock and Jam, the MTV Jock Jams. We're redoing that. So even like that, like I have to prepare for that. I don't mind vlogging, but sometimes I don't want to let anybody in too much on everything I'm doing. I don't want to be able to pinpoint where I'm at. But what I'm trying to say is, even through that, like watching the shows, all right, I've been doing things. Let's figure out. Let's show the value. Let's show where we can grow. Let's show what we can do. So let's have fun. And I think by doing this in the morning for 1 hour, I'm probably gonna do. I was gonna try to do it from 8 to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, um, Texas time. But I was trying to figure out. But even like this morning, my son going to to get a doctor's appointment, the checkup, like that bled into this. So it's like I can't just be like, oh, I gotta go do this, and like I'm not there yet. I'm not where he needs to, like, no. He's with his mother right now, so. But it's like I'm helping, making sure he can get there, making sure that they're okay, make sure that everything's set up for them. I don't want to just toss them. Maybe that's why I care a lot, and I do. It sounds like some things I don't care about because I don't, but the few things I do really love, I make sure they're okay and I take care of them. But I care about a lot of things. I like a lot of things. So me throwing this out there is also trying to expose myself and not hide, to be like, all right, what are you? What can you do? What can you bring? I've also done business, so I have a lot of business background since my mother taught me when I was a kid, but also taking business, having a degree in business, a small business. It's basically small business marketing is what my degree is in. When I really think about it, like where do you go? It's like, it's small business, but also marketing. It's kind of both. How to run a small business and how to market. This is what I'm doing right now. I did, you're not supposed to apply it, but I'm like, always trying to apply that your work, and no one's letting me in. No one has ever let me. My life, as much as I want to say it has fun, it's a lot of struggle. So I guess that's why I have a lot of fun, because I'm laughing the whole way. I like saying that in this world, Harley Quinn didn't go crazy by the Joker. This is the universe where the Joker got tamed by Harley Quinn. So still the Joker, just I'm trying to learn how to be more composed with all this, because it's a lot. I could just show up anywhere and do it. And you gotta, like I said last time, if you're gonna do streaming or podcasting or videos, anything you need, the first thing you're gonna need is storage. You're gonna need storage. You're going to need somewhere to put it, somewhere to hold it, somewhere to bottle it up, and you go back to it, and it's not going to change or get corrupt or anything. I mean, I've used Google Drive, so here you go. You want to go steal my files? Go for it. Like, you could have hard drives to keep them with you, but sometimes the hard drives don't update. So it's a whole crapshoot, right? But as I'm learning how they're working, and we're working within certain guidelines to all this, because also cancel culture and whatnot. I don't care. There's multiple platforms. I just kind of found myself here. So now, that being said, I know I can produce shows. I know I can teach. I know I can do it myself. So there's 3 avenues there I'm going to focus on. So I'm also doing consulting. So if I have a small business, I have a consulting fee I can do if you need. Sorry, if you need help with anything. I have another client that I'm going to be helping out. So we're going to be working on be working on. I have a client that's I'm going to be helping do all this: shoot, edit, post. Basically, all things I've learned. But now I'm going to do it to the point where it's like, oh, more professional, more whatever. This is what he does. So I do have what I'm calling my morning. Everything's like my Manic Mondays, my Manic Movies, my morning routine. So this morning I did a little meditation, a lot of breathing. I haven't done any really editing. I did a little editing, and I did a little bit of writing, but those are things I usually do in the morning. But as long as I can get two of those or three of those, meditate, breathe, and they are kind of like the same thing, because meditating is more like focusing your mind, and then breathing is just practicing your breath, practicing your energy, practicing composure, keep yourself together. That's that. I also wrote here, like, what am I? Well, let's see. Motion graphic artist, animator, um, actor, streamer, podcaster, writer, producer. I'm a showrunner. I got a new show coming out again. No, not Electronico Fantastico. Well, it used to be called Electronico Fantastico, the show within a show. And that first one on my birthday was just for me to kind of like figure it out, get it out there. But now I'm doing it different. It's Electronico Fantastico Spanglish en Vivo. Let that marinate for a minute. It's Spanglish show. I'm pretty sure a lot of Latin communities not gonna really, they want you to speak proper Spanish, but a lot of them don't anyways. I don't know. I don't care. Kitchen Spanish works. A lot of people that learn Spanish in a kitchen, and it helps them out in the real world. So I think as long as you learn how to communicate, it doesn't really matter who or what they tell you to. You'll beat yourself up trying to like read every proper word and try to learn actually proper Spanish, and then you talk to people on the border and they don't speak proper Spanish, so it's different. So, or you meet people in San Antonio, or, whatever. Not, it's like it's American Spanish, But ow, what is this? Sorry, got a little distraction. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I can do showrunners now. So I can do live shows. Yeah. Okay. Work is starting to come in. Yeah. Today's gonna be a long day at work too. It's gonna start a little bit late. I'm probably gonna get off in about 10 minutes, and then I might get ready for work. I'm already prepped and everything. So, but yeah, it's probably gonna be a long day. I'm not working tonight at the theater. I might be working next week at the theater. But I'll be what do you call it? I know I'm gonna have a long day today, so I got to figure this out. And also, a lot of my time, I love being at the theater. I do. So I want to also make sure I can still keep that job, because the time I'm using that I get paid. You get paid. I would say it's nice, but it's basically what do you call it? City is so expensive. Like, you have to work like a full-time job there to do it, and it doesn't work like that. Theater's only a certain amount of times open. It's there for growing, it's there for nurturing, and it's there for showing. But it's got its own little parts. You can't really what do you call it? What I want to say is, once I get more people like that want to meet in real life and do like real acting and stuff, I can get people like 20 people to sign up for a class they want me to teach. Then I'll do that more stuff, and we can do it at the theater. And that's why I like nurture. But right now I'm starting off here, so yeah, showing my experience, showing things I can do. I'm trying to go more after meeting more people that are in the business. Eventually, I would like to help like the business part of entertainment, or like kind of like not be a lawyer, like a business lawyer, or entertainment lawyer, but be more like help you out in getting started. A lot of people, like what I learned from Ty is, you just get started. You literally, if it interests you and you think about it, then you just do it. And I don't talk, exactly, you know what I'm talking about. If you always wanted to be a painter, buy some paints and paint. I'm using me as an example. If you always wanted to play basketball, you watch it, you see it, start shooting around, buy basketball, go find a hoop. You can buy a hoop and a basketball and you put it at your house and you can shoot all day, go for it. Or in my sense, my dad installed one at the house and he would shoot. And then when he wasn't on it, I was on it. I probably put way more time in it than he did because I had the time for it. Now I don't. My son actually, he's starting to say, "Oh, I'm a basketball player, Dad." Oh, one of the neighborhood dads has a soccer program, and he wanted to see if my son wanted to do it, and I don't force him to do anything he doesn't want to do. As in like those kind. I'm not pushing CJ on little CJ. I'm not gonna be like, you need to do this and this is all. No, I'm like, if you want to show basketball, I could teach you basketball. If you want to learn soccer, I don't like soccer. I'll play it, but it's good for health and whatever. We can do soccer. I don't like soccer community. We can do what do you call it? He wants to learn baseball. I love baseball, but I haven't played it in years. But anything he wants to do, anything, he wants to learn wrestling. We're thinking about, man, he might be an MMA guy. He's walking around the house a little too bravo. So we'll see. Oh, look at this. I missed the light here. See a little more light here. But we're learning how to do it. I'm learning how social media works. It's a full-time job, really, and you're doing it for yourself half the time. So it is what it's gonna be. What's gonna be. Well, see, it's pretty cool. You just kind of throw it out there, and you'll see what people think or whatever. I'm trying to, and this is where I'm coming back with my manic movies. I think I figured out how to do this. I think I figured out that I'm gonna have a place where I can go and I'll be at and the certain times. And if you want to show up and hang out and do stuff and talk about things like movies, pop culture, I don't do politics. I don't do religion. So I don't even in real. I don't care. Like I don't talk. Honestly, I don't care to talk about this stuff. And this is who I am. And if you're a hiring manager out there, see, I don't even want to say it. I just want to hire myself. So I want to look at myself and be like, look, like I can work on this. This can be here. This is what they're doing. And then because you can't, like, this is what I was saying. Like my brother in AGBL, I told him, I go, dude, you have to. Sorry, going back to something I forgot. You have to show everybody without a doubt that you're the number one. But if you're playing like the number 100, there's a one in there, but there's two zeros. Like you can't talk about it. You just have to do it. You have to learn. It takes time, but you have to, without doubtly, like we're talking about awards. Like if you want to be an MVP, you better show that you're an MVP. You better show that you earned it. If you want to be, like put the time into it. And like my mother always told me, if you ever wanted to be whatever you wanted to do, you better be the best damn at it. So if you ever wanted to be if you want to be a doctor, you better be the best damn doctor. If you want to be a lawyer, you better be the best damn lawyer. If you want to be a janitor, you better be the best damn janitor. That has been some of the best advice I've ever gotten. I just didn't understand about it being passion and inspiration and whatnot. But I found out that I don't really mind. Do I want to be the best actor, filmmaker? Do I want to be the best podcaster, streamer? Do I want to be the best animator, artist? I just want to be the best version of me. And that's what I've learned that this is in my life. I want to be the best CJ that I can be. That being said, that's as a comp answer. What do you want to be? I had a friend ask me the other day, if you can pick out of everything, which one you pick? Acting would be the best one for me because that's what I originally am. But am I getting a phone call? Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on, I'm gonna take a pause. This is work. I gotta answer it. Hello. Okay. All right. No, I was about to take off in about 20 minutes. Well, I was gonna go 229. I usually wait for the Randall's text, just to like whenever Pete sends a text, I just head out there. But what do you call it? Yeah, I usually start at 229. If it's not there, I'll go to Randall's, or wait for a text. If not, then I'll do like Target or something. Where do you think? Where are you thinking of going? Let me check on some of the deliveries, dude, because I got a message not too long ago that they're running late. So you want to? Can you? If you can't, can you hook up to like the HEB Wi-Fi? I got you, dude. But yeah, I'm gonna whenever I go, I'm probably gonna leave in about 20 minutes. Whenever I what do you call it? When I head out, I'll send you where I'll let you know where I'm going. And if I wait, is 229 there or it's not there? Yeah, it's probably on. Yeah, it's probably they took over. If the beer guy showed up, then yeah, then give me about 20 minutes, and then what's up? I get you. Oh, they're in the. Oh, I get you. Now, then let's. I'll push 229 till the end today, and then I'll probably head here. I mean, Brody's always there, but I'll text you about. Let me get about 20 minutes, and I'll reach out to you. All right. Sorry, he's not my position. I'm not his boss or anything. We're just work together. But he's new, so I've been in the business already, been this company for 2.5 years. So I'm trying to help my new sales rep. Like we communicate like that. Like where do you want to go? What do we do? The order's got to be thrown. So he was trying to figure out because it should be there by now, but I got a message there late. And now that there's other vendors there that kind of took all the whole aisle, so I was like, no, we don't want because I'll go to the quickest location is not far from my house, but it takes what do you call it? But it's there and it's there early, so we want to start there and go elsewhere, but it doesn't. I didn't expect a phone call, so that's why I want to do it from 8 to 9. I can drop my do the show podcast from 8 to 9, so that way I already know that by 9 o'clock I can take off the door. But if I get a message at 7:30 saying that the trucks just left, it takes an hour at least for them to get there, and then depending how long it takes for them to get things to get dropped off, it could take up to 45 minutes. You're looking at 2 hours. 7:30, I got a text message saying that they might have left. I haven't even checked really because I know if they might have left at 7:30. See how it works? Hiring managers, this is what you're getting. It's also what I want to show. But if it's a point where nobody wants to hire me or there's no jobs, or I'll just create this and I'll see what I can do. But I'm interested. I'm interested in doing this. I'm interested in figuring this out. I've been live streaming for 4 years now. So let's use it. Let's go. Let's go. So let's talk some topics real quick before I take off. I did write some stuff out. Yeah, so I was asking that. Shows that inspire me right now, they're all kind of animated or sci-fi. I just recently I'm gonna finish binging X-Men 97. I just watched Fallout on Prime, and then Invincible I caught up because they didn't finish the like final 2 episodes till now. They released them till like recently, so I watched it. I've watched other things. We're doing so this weekend we're supposed to do Barbie and Oppenheimer for side-by-side movies. Let's see if we can do it. It's gonna get messy. It's going to get messy for side by side for a little bit for the month of May and a little bit for June because I have some events on Sundays, and we're doing the events like there. But what was I going to say? No, I'm looking forward to go to the conventions. I'm looking forward to being part of everything. Texas Frightmare Weekend's coming up, and that's like in 3 weekends. Looking forward to that. I'm getting preparing for big Texas Comic Con and Greater Austin Comic Con. I would like to be there as a vendor if I could. I already do it. I'm already a vendor, so I'm even though I'm at the bottom of the totem pole, I'm looking for other things. I'll be honest with you. I applied for other jobs outside of this field, and I hated it. I really hated it. But also, I hated is that I have direct access to some hiring managers, and I applied. I talked to them. I sent the messages and called them, and then they didn't even tell me until like a week later. So I kind of feel like where I belong. This happened to me. This happened to me a lot, and I have a story that I can share, but it's kind of silly. One time I tried to move back to my hometown, and I was trying to get hired with T-Mobile, and they needed a manager or assistant manager or something. And I was perfect for the job, and the guy he didn't want to hire me. I guess he was trying to get a girl to get the job or something. He didn't want to hire me. And I was going there. I was like, dude, I know everybody here, and it's my hometown. I'm never accepted there. So I was like, all right, whatever. I just like took off, and 6 months later, I'm like in my house just chilling after I already got 3 jobs back in Austin. I'm already back on my feet. I'm already doing because I was like trying to figure out where to go. I was like doing Austin in my hometown, and I just came back or San Antonio, and I just came back to Austin. I just planted myself here, and I said, all right, for sure. I already I'm staying here, and that was like 10 years ago. Wow. Yeah, no, it was like 11. Wow. But then like 6 months passed by. That guy calls me back, and he's like, hey man, how's it going? No, I just came across your resume. I remember we used to talk. It was such a good talk. It was being fake, and I had to tell him like, oh, you're the T-Mobile guy. Oh yeah, no, dude, drop the act. He goes, what? I go, drop the act. I'm not even in Austin. I'm not even there anymore. I'm in Austin. I'm not going back. But you can drop the act. You don't have to be like, oh man. And this is what he said. Oh man, you're in Austin. Man, I wish I could go to Austin, man. Oh man, that would be awesome. Oh, well, what are you doing there or whatever? I was like, I'm just living here, man. I found out basically, I through AAU basketball, I got to travel all over Texas, and I play at different spots and whatnot, and to kind of see people before the internet, to see how things were. And so when I graduated high school, I did go to Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio's right there in Austin a lot, the big four in Texas. And I was looking at this like Austin's the easiest place for me to communicate. I don't understand why. I have easy conversations here. Things flow easier here. So I was moving here. And that guy was like, I wish I could be here or whatever. But by that point, I was like, dude, I already did things on my own. So right now I'm looking at everybody as a hiring manager. If I don't have anything in the next week or two, and I'm going to still be doing this. This is one thing I do. I do show up. When I decide to show up, I show up. So, yeah, I'm going to say, Brian, I'm not going to want it. So I'm looking forward to that. Because I would like to grow this and do my own thing, work my own way, do my own movies, do them the way I need them, even if they're small, independent. Oh, your movie was $2,000. Well, get a feature film for $2,000. I don't know. Can you do that? Can you show me? And this is where it comes back. I'm not trying to be a smartass. Not trying to be like that. That comic in me stays on stage. There you have the professional CJ, and then you have the comic CJ or the open micer. So all that stuff goes out there. That's why I do it, for my mental health. So I don't hold something in. I don't blow up. I'm not a child, or no, this is like, all right, let's have fun like this. let's do something like that. Let's be more, a little bit more, let's understand things. I love comedy. I love stand-up comedy. I want to be part of it. I love the community. I want to be part of that. So it takes time. You got to work on it. And like I said, I can't work for free anymore. And I can't work for cheap, because also some people are like, well, dude, I need a 2 minute animated video. I have $200. Is that a good budget? I'm like, no, like 200 people pay, like, you have to pay $250 to like consult with somebody. Like, it's expensive. The stuff nowadays, it's cheaper a little bit, or maybe get AI to do it. But it is very crapshoot right now. And plus, I just keep hearing about how businesses lay off people all the time, hire to what they need, and then lay off. And I'm like, I don't want to be part of that road, but part of that journey. If I'm going to sell something, I'll sell myself. I'm fine where I'm at right now with the job that I have. I know I don't want to be in it. I don't want to be it, but I got to do something about it. It's got to be up to me to get out of what I want to do. It's up to me to work on this. It's up to me to do it. So this is where we're going, holding myself accountable. So I did say I was going to leave in 20 minutes. So I do got to go now. You heard me. But here I am. And we'll do, I want to say we'll start it like this. Because look, I did a 8-week challenge and I want to get out. So I basically only have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a month left. So a month has passed. And even up here on this, look, I really did nothing but do the thing. And I didn't do anything. And then I was like, oh, I got to get back on it. Oh, it's backwards. I got to get back on it. So I started, every the X is like, I've done stuff. And then here's that I didn't. These are, I've done things, but I don't know what. I just did I don't know what exactly. I could go back and find it, but I'm like, I know I've been doing things. So, but now I'm going to do X's every time. I'm going to put an X every time I stream. 21 days. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, what's the first? It's not on the first. It's the third. It's 21. So by Wednesday, the 21st, that's 21 days. According to what my theories I've been doing with Jason David Frank, when he told me do something for 21 days and you'll make it a habit. So hopefully I'll have a following. And if I don't have a following, and I don't have anything, and I've shown everything, and it still doesn't pay off, I'm still going to keep going. I'm still going to keep doing it. Because I don't know. I put myself here on purpose. I did this to myself. I didn't want to do all that other stuff. So I did it at one point. I just was like, And that's why I did mom and pop restaurants. I love it. I love being in control. I love being able to I love being able to talk about. Oh yeah, one thing I found about my futon here, it curves down, so you can't put anything on it; it'll fall. So on my phone, that's how my case broke. I had my awesome Guardian case. It fell like 5-6 times, and it broke off. And I love this case. But then I was sticking with the Walkman, stick with the cassette players. All right, now I'm getting some people talk to me about Electronico Fantastico. Cool. So I'm gonna head out. I'll get to 50. We'll do 2.5 minutes left, and basically, we'll see where I go with this. And it's like show and tell for me. I went to St. James Elementary. I went to a Christian school when I was in kindergarten, and I have memories from kindergarten. And one of my favorite things to do was show and tell. By far, that was probably the only reason I go to school, for show and tell and nap time. Like, I like that time. But go to show and tell, and I remember that was like one of my favorite things, man. And now I'm doing it as an adult. I'm showing and I'm telling. I guess show and tell. Look what I've done. Look what I have. I guess this is what we're doing. Is this what we've been programmed to do? Or to believe. But I like it. I enjoy it. So I wrote a thing up. It's all digital too. So sometimes I like writing with my hands. That's a must. That's a brain exercise. But also just like sometimes just for like I just need to get it out, because all this stuff I'm also gonna print. I'm gonna put in the details for this, because I hate resumes, but I don't know how to do them. I don't mind applying. We can even talk about like I got rejected from another job I applied for because my resume is not the best. You go to my cjrobles.com, it should be a lot better, but I know how to do websites. I haven't put the time into it, and it's a very time consuming thing. So I should be doing that now. But I have been spending more time editing, more time focusing on things. I'm working on Wait, That Didn't Kill You podcast by Ty Gwynn. So get that one going. And also, if anybody wants to do podcasting, if anybody wants to do streaming, if anybody has an idea if they want to do a streaming show and they just don't have the time, you can hire me, pay me my value, and we can go. Or if it's something as simple as like I get to use your network, then hey, I said that this is where I'm at. I'll leave it at this as a business person. I can only work with you if 1, you pay me and what I need to be paid, or 2, you can bring me a lot of subs, because this is the game, right? This is the name of the game. So I'm open with that. I'm open with like, hey, I can bring you followers, subscribers, and I don't have money, or I don't have money to budget you, but I would like to have you on or something. So sometimes I do get on a movie set as a consultant. I don't even realize I'm on there as a consultant. Yeah. But they had me saying like I was gonna be an actor and all that stuff. So they gave me a little part, and then I get there and it's like, oh, we're not gonna shoot it no more, or we can shoot tomorrow, but you're not available. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm not available. So it happens. You learn. Movie sets are organic. They're projects. They're small things. So you learn as you go. I'm starting to see this is happening now. Like my I don't even have my hair done. Um, so I'm gonna, yeah, my hair will just get heavy. But yeah, let's see what we can do. Let's see where we go. I'm gonna keep streaming and keep doing my show and tell. There we go. We'll call it show and tell. Show don't tell. Like writing. I like that idea. See, just falls. But all right, I'll see. I'll let y'all go. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go. Just put change clothes and take out the door. But thank you for hanging out with me. We'll see where I take this. We're already doing day 3. I think I've started the chain already. If not, this could be day 1. But hopefully by May 21st, we'll have a different outcome. But let's see where we go, because tomorrow is even hard for me. Tomorrow, I'm going to have to shoot. I'm going to have to aim from I have to get probably 10, 11 or 11 noon. I'm going to be able to do my show because I work tomorrow morning. So I work super early on Saturdays. So I have to do this. And on Sundays, we do side by side. So a good warm up for me before I go hang out with Ben could be a live stream and then go into a podcast stream. I love that I can bring my best friend too with me anywhere I want. Hey Ben, put you in my pocket. Streaming is fun, but at the same time, I'm seeing the world of podcasting, which I thought I was in. Found out I'm in another one, but it's the same thing basically. My brain picks up both sides, so I'm like, all right, so we can do this. So thank you for hanging out with me this morning. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow morning. At least I'm doing this minimum for 21 days. So we'll see. All right. Ciao.